in the conversations, you talk about a very definite difference between being spiritual and being religious.
You know, I think religion asks something of us. It asks something of us. And spirituality is a little bit more amorphous, and we can all be spiritual, and we are all spiritual, and like, well, of course we are all spiritual. But religion requires, spirituality with rigor, let's say. It requires something of us. And that action, I think, is what it's probably all about.
So what does being religious require of you?
For me, I'm more inclined to do religious things, like go to church, pray, read scripture. I mean, I've always done these things anyway. Actually, even in my most chaotic times, I've done those sorts of things. But I feel that when I walk, when I read scripture, or when I walk out of church, or these sort of, I feel less. I feel my skepticism is a little less, and
It's more distant.
It's a little more distant.
Pushes it be.
Yeah.
And is there a...
But that struggle, the
Yeah.
struggle is very much where I am, and in regard to religion and the ideas of God and Christian ideas. It's a struggle. I'm by no means arrived anywhere on that kind of thing.
Do you think that Arthur's death strengthened your faith?
Yeah, I think a lot of things happened. I think the writing of the book, weirdly enough, did that. The book itself starts with a kind of nervousness around questions of faith, and ends more firm about those sorts of things. Now, that's when we're talking about faith here, I'm also talking about doubt. You know, these two things for me go hand in hand, and you know, a deep ingrained skepticism I have towards these sorts of things. And the faith that I feel is that occasional journeying away from that skepticism into something else.